Homer Simpson. The longest animated series in American television history, with 420 episodes in 19 seasons. He debuted on December 17, 1989 on Fox. Produced by GracieFilms for 20th Century Fox. The series will be renewed until at least season 20, which will air in 2009 to 2010. An animated series about an American family whose main value is to be together. The rest is secondary to The Simpsons. They cannot live without each other. Their versatile and bright characters seem to be specially created to set off each other, emphasizing both advantages and disadvantages. Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa and Maggie. As soon as one disappears, the other four immediately begin to get bored. The series is full of humor and action-packed twists, but it is much softer, kinder and more politically correct South Park, and more home than Futurama. The author of the idea of The Simpsons, now famous Matt Groening, was once a simple artist of the comics Life in Hell. It was this series of his works that attracted public attention. It was proposed to make the hellish heroes the heroes of the series. But Matt was afraid of further copyright issues and hastily drew new characters, turning them yellow. This is how the Simpsons family was born. All the heroes are named after Groening's relatives. His father's name is Homer, and his mother's is Marge. The only sacred thing that the author was afraid to touch was his grandfather. Matt refused to give his name to the cartoon grandfather and entrusted the work to the scriptwriters. By a strange coincidence, the grandfather was named Abe, the same as the name in reality of Groening's grandfather. For the first time on American screens, the story of the Simpson family appeared in the Tracey Ullman Show 19. April 1987, titled Good Night. The Simpsons was Fox's first real hit. Network, it was the first Fox show to appear on the top 30 program list. Season. However, the show sparked intense public debate. 10-year-old Bart Simpson, Sr., the child in the family, was portrayed as a rebel violating classical family norms. Many compassionate parents were concerned that some cartoon character Bart Simpson is a bad example for their beloved children. The creators, without hesitation, launched a highly profitable project for the sale of T-shirts. From them, Bart Simpson looked proudly like Che Guevara and said, "I am incapable and proud of it." These T-shirts and other Simpsons products were banned in high schools in some areas of the United States. Nevertheless, in the first 14 months of sales, they brought the creators more than $2 billion. In September 1990, Barbara Bush told People magazine that The Simpsons is the stupidest thing she has ever seen in her life. 6 years later, in the episode Too Bad Neighbor, were shown George and Barbara Bush, who moved to Springfield, but quickly left him after George began feuding with Bart and Homer. The series keeps on calling public controversy and be loved by millions of viewers. On February 9, 1997, the star of The Simpsons appeared on the Walk of Fame. In 1995, Western Pacific Airlines, as part of a promotion, painted the Boeing 737 with portraits. Main characters. Creator Matt Groening and some writers refused to fly in, jokingly motivating this by the fact that if the plane falls, they will die along with their heroes. The Simpsons has won numerous awards, including 21 Emmy Awards, 22 Annie Awards, Peabody and many others. Time magazine named The Simpsons Best Television Award in 1998. TV series of the 20th century. So how is each Simpsons episode created? Mike Scully explains the process. This is a show. It is much more difficult to do than, for example, a show with people, because we have many other aspects that include one episode. We spend most of the day writing the script. We work as a group. Usually 14 writers sit down together and brainstorming begins. After the script is written down, it goes to the artists, and they make the layout. Across a few months, we get the so-called animatronics, a very rough black and white version of the show. It's kind of like a rehearsal. We look at how it looks and then redo it. Then at least another 2 months pass until the rough color version is received. This is our dress rehearsal, and one last chance to correct mistakes. The whole process takes from 6 up to 9 months, usually 9. A typical episode has a budget of about $1.8 million. The project is just gigantic. A lot of people are working. Animation takes a lot of time. You have to start drawing a show dedicated to Halloween in January and Christmas in May. Watch other drawing videos on my channel.